I got you there for a second there.
That actually was real. Yeah.
I am here to talk to you about the Delta variant. Do you have some time to talk about it?
No, I don't.
I'm Joe.
I'm Josh.
You got questions?
You're feeling grounded.
Welcome to Feeling Grounded with your hosts, Josh and Joe.
All right, Joe. So somebody definitely did not. We didn't just spend the past 40 minutes without hitting the record button, right, Joe?
So apparently the app that we're using always tells us that we're being recorded, and like an idiot I am, just didn't occur to me because we were just catching up because we haven't talked in like more than like 2 weeks, right, Josh?
That's right. It's been a while. Yeah, almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we were chewing the fat. We were so engrossed in each other that the thought of recording never occurred.
Yeah, we were just gonna have the conversation be ours and just put a blank YouTube video for you guys to just watch and listen to. Just have static going, and this conversation would just be one in ours. But we decided to be nice to you guys. That is great ASMR.
Sorry.
So what we want you all to do right now is like and subscribe. We want you to also share this video to any prospective person that might like our content. Also, follow us at Feeling Grounded Podcast on Instagram to see exclusive content that we just love to share with you guys. Also, become a patron. We want you guys to join us on that platform for exclusive content for only $3 a month. You guys will be able to see stuff that Josh and I genuinely enjoy. Anything else, Josh?
And also, stay tuned for things, right? Because this is my new studio space. I'm back, got my house, and so things are changing. We're gonna start doing more with YouTube, doing mini clips, doing different things, and I'm gonna be a lot more active. So
like we said, like we said before, there's gonna be bigger and better things coming. So you ain't seen nothing yet.
Baby,
you ain't seen nothing yet. Every single, like, there's always like some of those 60 songs like The Who, My Generation. They make fun of stuttering people. You know, if that came out in 2021, they'd be canceled.
Ooh, immediately.
It's time for Happy Crappy.
All right, Joe, since we wasted a lot of time, let's jump in and some happy crappies.
All right, let's start with the crappy first. We're feeling kind of down today. Oh, I'll go first.
Okay.
Thank you for volunteering me, Josh. So I had to take my car to the shop again.
Well, why is that, Joe?
Well, really, last time when we talked with Zach, I had to take the car in because, a bunch of rodents chewed through, but luckily it wasn't a bunch of mice chewing through and making a nest and yada yada yada. It was just a faulty ABS light. The check engine light came on too, and I was like, oh god, what is this now? But they had it for about 3 days. I had to figure out the rental car situation. They didn't have a loaner car for a while, so that was a big old mess.
Big old pile of turds.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, like I was saying before, car stuff is the worst. It's so annoying. It takes so much time and blah. Right? It's really hot in my house. We don't have in the second story. The first story we have a big air conditioner, so it's nice and cool in the first story. But the second story, hot.
Hot as blazes.
Hot
that's where I would live.
In blazes.
Yeah. It's literally in the dark pit of I was about to say dark pit of hell, but that's not where I want to end up. I didn't know where I was going with that. They had us in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so I don't sleep well because my room is so hot. My kids' rooms are good because I have air conditioners for them. My window is a sliding window like this. It goes like vertically instead of horizontally.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah. So it's hard. You can't really put. I mean, they make some, but they're like crazy expensive.
You can really only do the fan trick there.
Which we're learning and we're mastering. So we'll
Yeah.
see that.
Gotta put that fan, face it out in the daytime, and then face it in so it gets that cool air coming in. Yeah.
Amen to that.
So your AC situation, you can't really those vertical.
Yeah.
You can't put an AC unit in there.
They do make some, but they're crazy expensive, and they like you have to like have a screen on the outside to like cover the. Which I don't think we have one.
Why even bother? Get some of those AC units that at least you can put in the middle of the room, so hopefully it can cool the whole house. Get 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's the plan. So I'm gonna grin and bear it for a little while, but eventually, hoping to do something about the air in this house. Happies.
Well, I just got into disc golf group with my church. It's just a bunch of guys just playing disc golf. I had never played. Just got my gear a little bit last week. For only playing 2 games, I feel like I'm picking up a lot of stuff. Still a novice and not pretending to be otherwise. It's really good to get into something that you haven't before. I strongly urge a lot of the people listening to just get out there when you find an opportunity. Just give it a shot.
Try something new. Try something new. Make it beautiful.
Make it beautiful.
Just try something new.
Or it's gonna be bloody chaotic, man, as Jordan Peterson would say.
Make it beautiful. It's really hard to make something beautiful. To make it beautiful.
Love it. Cool. So mine's pretty obvious. New house. We have it moved in. 2 past.
That's your house. That one room.
Yeah, it's 1 room. Yeah, I sleep over here. I go to the bathroom over here. Right up there. I like aim up high.
We have a can for you that you can do stuff.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Or just the wall, as in harkening back to our first episode. Make your mark.
Make your mark.
Make it beautiful.
Make it beautiful. That's good. That was new. That's good. So we got a new house. We moved in July 6th, I think 5th, maybe. I don't know. 6th, yeah. Because the pod came the night. On the 6th, all the kids came over on the 7th, and we've been there ever since. The past 3 or 4 days. Love it. It's great. It's a really nice house. If you guys want to see a home tour, leave a comment saying, yes, Josh, I would like a home tour, house tour. Say verbatim, yes, I would like a house tour, Josh. And then I will make a video of my home. I won't show my family because I don't want to show my kids on the internet, but I will take images, moving images
of the area.
You could say just video.
He could even live stream him just taking out like a bunch of the stuff from the boxes.
That's true. I could do that, and you guys would love to watch it. Me doing chores. Which strangely, there's actually a market for that on YouTube. People like to watch that. I don't know if I want those people watching our videos, but we'll see. No offense to those people.
Those people, Josh.
The future is inevitable, but let's travel back in time.
So for timeline, July 14th, 2021. That's today, I think. We thought of our timelines for the 21st and totally were thrown off. But anyway, July 4th. We're already prepared for the next week.
Yeah,
that's how like craving for this podcast we missed each other that much. We missed you all. So July 14th, 1789.
Okay, what happened?
The storming of the Bastille. This is Bastille Day. So one of the most pivotal events in the French Revolution. As people know, like the Bastille was a prison, it was a fortress, and it only contained 7 prisoners at the time. But it was overtaken, it was overrun, and because it was a symbol of the power and corruption of the regime beforehand, And the Bastille, it fell in the revolution. That's what kicked the revolution off and wouldn't end for another 10 years. So July 14th is Bastille Day in France. It's a national public holiday and should always be remembered. First time I think I remember like really getting interested in French history was when I read Tale of Two Cities in like 9th grade, I believe. At first I was bored by that book, but I just got so invested, credits to my teacher. But also just, the discussions about it. I think it was a really great book. Recommend.
Was that, I didn't sound like an idiot, but was that Dickens?
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah, French Revolution was a crazy time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's one of the worst times in history, I would say.
Yeah.
Because it was just this moment of like pure bloodshed.
Yeah.
And blood, like the desire for blood.
And keep in mind, 1789.
I know,
That's not too far off from our revolution in America.
It's very true. Yeah, it was right around the corner, honestly.
Yeah.
And for one man to just be like, you know what, let's just kill everyone. Everyone who disagrees, everyone who feels differently, let's just chop off their heads in a public display and let the world know who we are. And golly, that get crazy. I mean, I understand why they did it, but I don't think obviously the way they did it.
Yeah.
But I think, inequality and abuse of the, lower class system.
I get their qualms and queries and their
they needed justice.
Their ill feelings towards Louis XVI, which he and I believe it was Marie Antoinette fled, and they were eventually caught by these dissidents. And
they were brought back.
Yeah, that's a crazy story, and
it makes me think about like our times today, like not obviously because of there's not violent, like whatever, but just the mentality that like you feel differently than I do, you need to be silenced. I need to that kind of mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of seeping into our culture today. Like if you disagree with a common popular opinion, then you need your head chopped.
I think it was Mark Twain that said, "History doesn't repeat itself; it rhymes," and I fully agree with that.
Yeah. July 14th, 1850, about 70 years after Bastille Day. Actually, 60 years.
Can't do math good.
61 years. The first public demonstration of ice made by refrigeration was done. All right. So this Florida physician who's from Florida man, John Gorrie, Gorie, Gorrie. Think of it what you want. He demonstrated the first creation of ice from a refrigerator, like a freezer setting. And did he stun the crowd? Yes, he did.
I think where you're at right now, Josh, you can use a little bit of that ice.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm just all over right now. It'd be really nice. Man, I'm very hot. But crazy. I think refrigeration technology was one of the greatest of all time. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would say so.
It's up there because like now you can save food longer. You can cool things. You can freeze things. You can make ice. You can make popsicles and ice cream. Couldn't do that before. You had to like live in Antarctica to do that.
Still on our list, right?
Yeah. Which, by the way, how much? 100,000 subscribers.
100,000
gets to 100,000 subscribers. We're gonna go to Antarctica.
Yep.
And I'm gonna dance with the penguins. Are they done? Are they in Antarctica?
And we're gonna successfully avoid the polar bears.
Yeah. I love penguins.
Those polar bears, they go out of their way to hunt you down.
Yeah, they're pretty messed up.
Yeah, those are the most dangerous.
Yeah, you want to avoid those.
Basically, the as the saying goes, if it's brown, get down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, good night.
Yeah. See ya. Bye. You did. Yeah, I hope to never come across a polar bear.
I've spent some time looking at YouTube videos about polar bears.
Nice.
And then I came across one of them attacking somebody. I was like, I've had enough of this side of YouTube.
I hate like videos like that. Like not just like animals attacking people. I don't like when people fight each other or when they're screaming at each other. You know, like that's like, remember that was like a popular thing a while ago. What was that? There's a famous YouTube channel. I think it's gone now. Is that called like World Star Hip Hop or something like that? Remember this? And it was famous because they would post videos of people beating the crap out of each other. And like just people getting mad, getting disputes, and then like punching each other.
Did you ever go to a Screamo concert, Josh? Back in the day when you loved metal?
I played at them.
Okay. You never
Yeah.
took part in the mosh pit?
I would try to avoid them, but I've been in them before. That's different. That's like
Okay.
I'm feeling the mood of like the moment, and I just want to like release this energy that I'm this angst from the music. That's
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Entertainment. Where's the entertainment, guys?
I had seen back in October Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, and like literally last night I watched the 2003 remake. And I kind of want to get your initial thoughts on that, Josh.
Remind me, is the remake like a shot for shot or is it different?
No, I would say that there are a lot of parts that are different. I think the original cinematographer, Daniel Perol, was hired back again because there are some similarities. There are some rhymes there, but it's a lot of different things taken from the original, but also things that might have even been improved upon in the remake.
Interesting. Now, to be completely honest, I'm not a big horror guy. I've never really been.
I remember I had the temptation to, scare you with a clown, but I fought against my better judgment, and also Zach helped.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But yeah, I just never really like. I don't mind things that are thriller-y, like or even like psychological stuff. Like I'm okay with it. I don't like a lot of gore, like when there's blood everywhere and people can or I should say like agony.
Yeah.
To be specific, like when people are really just playing like they're in pain.
Yeah.
And then it's like it seems real. I don't like it.
I think in some certain parts, even with the original, you might cringe a little bit. I did for certain. When I watched the original 1974, I put it on maybe around like 6:30 at night. It was actually October 31st. Yeah, on Halloween. Yeah. And when I had the movie just beginning to play, it showed like, images of corpses and stuff like that, whatever the heck. And I was about to take my first bite as like the first image came up, and I just said to myself, or I thought to myself, I don't talk to myself. I thought to myself, this was a mistake.
Nice.
Because the 74 and even the 2003, but more so the 74, I
feel like it was way ahead of its time.
Oh, of course, but it's very unsanitized. It is gross. Yeah, just like the way it makes you feel. I'm sure the lighting made it seem like that, made you feel kind of sickly.
And again, I will say I haven't seen this movie front to back. I have seen clips of it, and I've seen like the CinemaSins type of stuff where they like show clips of it and whatever. Seen that, which of course isn't nearly like the same as watching it's like a full movie experience, but I can say what I've seen is I can second that. It's just kind of seemed kind of like really edgy and kind of gross, like a different art form that has never before been seen. That's why this one took such a, it like really startled people because they were looking at this thing that was like so different and so dramatically affecting, I guess you could say. Like it really was traumatic for people to watch it for the first time.
And also it's loosely based, from what I understand, because I looked this up afterwards when I had first seen the first one original. It's loosely based on the serial killer Ed Gein, and it really screwed up people out there because of the fact that it was supposed to be, seen as a true story, almost like some type of documentary based, kind of like Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. And there's that mentality too, that like this could potentially be real.
Yes.
What I'm seeing, and that brings another layer of horror into things. It's like, oh, like this isn't just something creative that came out of somebody's mind. Like this could have happened.
Yeah. So for anybody who's never seen this before, it's about these careless teens that stumble upon a cannibal house. And like I said, excuse me, about it being like unsanitized and gross. Kind of delving into the 2003 version, it was a commercial success, but yet it wasn't well received like the original one, just because it is, of course, a remake. At the time, it wasn't well received. I think it's more so now. I appreciate this one. Like I said before, they use the same cinematographer, Daniel Perol, to recapture the atmosphere. I would say that it succeeded in that.
Wow.
The 1974 one was subtle in its horror. I would say it's a little bit more in your face in the remake. I think that's just a reflection of the culture and way people respond to it. It's like a slow burn for the original.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that. And that's a big telling of the cultural shift in horror. Is it? I think just because it was kind of newish in the 70s. I mean, I guess I don't know, maybe Hitchcock was the first one to really do scary stuff. Maybe that was popular. And so to go from him, like The Birds or Psycho, I guess Vertigo was kind of scary too. And then to go into something where it's like, whoa, like this is almost to the point of, like, disgusting.
Yeah. I don't think it, like, as far as being a horror movie, it was ahead of its time because in that feeling that it is so real, also with it being gross and sickly, I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
The main antagonist of the movie 74 and 2003 is Leatherface. It's a guy that is deformed and then puts the skin of victims, quite all victims, and he takes their faces and then would put them on as well. And I think Ed Gein also did that too. So that's where the main influence had come from. And with it being a slow burn, I think, and this might be spoiler territory for a few people. I know you're not going to watch it, Josh, but you might have seen it actually in CinemaSins. In the 74 version, the first kill, the guy is investigating, and I think the girl too. The guy is investigating the house. Nobody is in there. It's completely empty. He goes through and hears like a pig squeal or something like that. And he runs forward to hopefully like save the animal. And then, Leatherface, the giant behemoth of a antagonist, just comes into frame randomly. There's no prompting. It's just he's there and demolishes the guy's head with a hammer and then just closes the door. It's like, whoa, where did that come from? And then, but then, like I said about prompting, in the 2003 version, you can see a shadow pass when the character's coming into the house, to prompt us. But it is still abrupt, the kill.
And I think that's the difference too, is there's big emphasis on build-ups now.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what happens as generations kind of progress. Is I feel like people are no longer getting as scared to things, maybe. Would you agree, maybe, perhaps?
Yeah. I wouldn't say that it accounts for this film, but I would say for horror movies in general, the rewatchability is, no comparison.
Right. Yeah. And so I think because of that, like that, the concepts of build-ups need to be utilized more, as opposed to just like, whoa, like what just happened? Like, because then that kind of like brings up that fear, that terror. Like, something's coming, but you don't know when. Like that suspense.
Yeah, and there's merit to that. I think you can still pull that off well, and I think this one does that pretty well. In the 74 version, it's you have these deaths that are unorganized events. You still have character development, sure, but it still made it feel real because of the unorthodox method that it is with killing the people, and also it's unpredictable. That's the right word to put it, because there's no music to prompt you like it was in the 2003 version. 2003, it's organized, but I would say where it succeeds here, the deaths are more emotional. You had more time to pace out the characters. And in that sense, it's real too. Definitely, which made the deaths more memorable. Like there's this one instance where in the 2003 version, you have Jessica Biel. She's fighting with her boyfriend, and he goes to investigate the house first with her. He dies first from Leatherface, and their very last conversation was an argument. And when he dies, and his body's being tore through by the cannibals, you see a ring, a wedding ring. I couldn't help but be like, man, like that is a burn that's not slow, but it's a shocker. And
right.
yeah.
That's a shame.
But you process the deaths in different ways in these different movies. Kind of like, I would say, like one of the most memorable things about the 74 version is, I'm sure you saw like the ending scene where Leatherface is just like, whoa! And then, the survivor girl, she's just cackling because she doesn't know how to process these deaths and is just so happy to escape.
Nutso, as they say.
So what advice would you give to a director of a new horror movie coming out?
Oh, I don't know.
One that you could deal with.
Advice. I don't know. Make it beautiful. I want to see Jordan Peterson direct a horror film. There's just like dirty rooms everywhere.
There is somebody else made this. It was like what Jordan Peterson thinks about or something like that, and it was pretty existential horror. I would recommend you watch that, Josh. Just you.
Okay.
Because it harkens back to his Joe Rogan interview.
It's time for the news.
GOP Representative Madison Cawthorn of North Carolina, she had said on Right Side Broadcasting, I believe the source was, said that the administration is starting to talk about going door to door, taking vaccines to people, or at least convincing people to take the vaccine, because they haven't met their mark, the administration. I don't know. Is that what you heard, Josh, or am I wrong in that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't followed it, to be honest. But
well, she at least said that there is a massive undertaking. It's a massive undertaking to take vaccines to people door to door. And if they're serious about this, what's stopping them, she said, from taking your guns or taking your Bibles, which she accused them of. I don't know if that's really founded. I believe it's unfounded. But what do I know?
Right.
But harking back to Biden's speech, I think it was July 6th. He said, we need to go community by community, neighborhood by neighborhood, and then oftentimes door to door to get people protected from the virus. And then Jen Psaki clarified as press sec that it'll be volunteers doing this, not federal employees. Who knows?
He's saying you need to go to your neighbor's home who is unvaccinated and tell them to be vaccinated, right? Is that what he's saying?
Supposedly, yeah.
Or is he saying, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to force people to go door to door? I don't like that.
Well, who knows? But, the interesting thing is that how did we get here? Because this talk about like authoritarianism, which is what people are worried about. Yeah. And rightfully so, because, everybody knows that a vaccine is available, ready and available, and
to anybody.
Yeah. And free. And if people do not want it, they would have gotten it already.
They've already gotten it.
Yeah. And if numbers are way low, this is, you might get higher a little bit, but I don't really see it going any higher because it's been like this for 2 months now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you wanted to be vaccinated, you've already been vaccinated. Yeah. And so I don't think that's appropriate. I think,
and keep in mind that for people listening, Josh and I have been vaccinated. That was our own choice. We want to spend time with the people that we love, and we understand that the possibility of you not wanting it is yours and yours alone.
yeah, completely up to you. It's fine.
And
No judgment.
whether you be an anti-vaxxer or not is completely up to you. And if you, this is another thing I wanted to bring up too. If you look at, and this is just me perusing, because you see vaccine, you see Delta variant come up on trending, and you click on those, and something suspicious comes up. You know, if you look at pretty much, and I'm saying pretty much like in quotes, pretty much all the YouTube videos on mainstream YouTube channels. So it's not like these are indie ones about vaccinations, about the Delta variant. Pretty much the majority of the like to dislike ratios is majority dislike. Comments might be turned off, but the comments are fairly negative if you do see them. So I kind of want to get your initial thoughts on that, Josh. I don't know if
the mass populace right now thinks we're done, you know, and like this is over in America, and it is. And I, you know, I mean, the chances right now, I don't want to say that because I don't have the right statistic, but for like months, maybe last month, it was like a 0.03% chance of you getting it in New York State.
Okay.
Which means you have a 99.7% chance of not getting it. Just like you're not going to get it. You know? Yeah. And so we're done. I'm done. We're done. You know, we're done here. And so for just news and YouTube and all these other, you know, platforms that are just hammering these new things, to try to get you to be afraid, to be entertained somehow, or to just be, you know, clicking, is the issue, is the problem. The thing that they found, and the thing that I think the administration found, is through this pandemic, people realize that higher powers can control through the fear of others. You know? And I think that's pretty clear. Yeah. And so I think everyone is kind of coming to their senses and realizing, like, listen, like you're just trying to milk this. Yeah. And everything's fine. We're okay. We've moved on. That everyone, the majority of people are vaccinated, and if they're not vaccinated, they're fine. So let's just move on from this. Let's talk about something else. Yeah. You know. That's how I feel.
Do you think that there is any chance that there could be other variants, like we are hearing rumblings of? You know, we're gonna get the Omega variant, the Kappa.
Who cares? You know, I'm done. We're done. I'm back to normal. I'm living my life. I'm not wearing masks anywhere. I'm enjoying my existence, and I'm not gonna get it. You know, like we're all good here, people. Yeah. Let's just stop milking this and wringing the towel dry. Let's just come on. We're done.
People are speaking with, you know, they can't speak with a comment, they can speak with a like if possible. You know, on these main YouTube channels, you know, occasionally you'll find these ratios off, even comments off. Right. Too, and suspiciously on one Obama video, actually, you know, talking about vaccine efforts, comments and like to dislike ratios were off.
Right. Yeah, that's messed up. Because
I'm genuinely curious, like if people like respond positively or negatively to it.
Yeah, and then again, that's just the problem. All the stuff we've been talking about, right, with censorship and blah blah. They're trying to like hide things from the reality. Like that's why you like get rid of comments. It's just like because these people are saying things you don't like, so you get rid of it, or you know, or you don't like that you have way more dislikes than likes, so they get rid of that too. Yeah, and that's just so not free. It's so not like.
I think it's more cowardly. I think that's the crux to my.
It is like. Just realize that people are done with this. Stop, and you know that we're starting to realize like. Yeah,
because we started hearing rumblings about coronavirus September of 2019.
Yeah, maybe even before that. Yeah, no, I think that's good. Yeah, like around September, so you start hearing about it, and then, I don't know. Look, we've discussed all this stuff, but I think that I don't think doing the door-to-door stuff is a very good call. I think that would be pretty crappy because you just have to like let people be free. Like if they don't want to get it, they don't have to get it.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing that says they have to get it.
Mm-hmm.
They have that choice, and if they're concerned, then let them be concerned. It's whatever. It's whatever. That's my slogan for today. Will we see it? Will we have it in our world? Of course. I think we're always going to have it. Like new kids are going to get it, but it's going to become like the common cold, or like a flu. Like we're going to have a shot every year, and you can have it if you want, and you don't need to take it or whatever. And then we're going to just see it, and then that's it. Like we'll just deal with it like everything else. Like.
So what we want you all to do right now is subscribe to Feeling Grounded Podcast, like the video, share to any prospective people that might want to listen to our content. And then also we want you to follow us on Feeling Grounded Podcast on Instagram and also become a patron. We would love to have you guys follow us on that platform. We put exclusive content on there for only $3 a month. You guys will be able to see stuff that Josh and I genuinely love doing. This has been an incredible journey on episode 15 right now, and it's only going to get bigger and better from here, and we are so excited to enjoy this process with you guys. And put any questions that you have in the comments below, and we would love to see you guys just be on this journey with us. You got questions?
You're feeling grounded.